Welcome to the CoinOp-Cowboys, the podcast where four guys explore the absurdities of everyday life, sharing our entertaining experience and insights on a variety of topics. Hello, CoinOp-ians. This week, Angel has a deep conversation with the boys about life and making time for activities you enjoy. Will Ryan say something insightful for once? We'll find out, but first, Ryan discusses a listener request. What happened in Hawaii? We break down several theories and try to get to the bottom of it. Drop us a line if you want your comments and mail heard on air. Like, subscribe, follow, and rate us. Be sure to spread the word about this episode to your friends. You don't want to miss this one. You can find us on Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Radio, Apple, and Google Podcasts, and anywhere you get your favorite entertainment. We release an episode every single week. So go ahead and take a listen to past episodes and get all caught up because you deserve it. Now, I just switched cameras to the main stage. Chris and Steven, they're waving their hands in the air like they're at some concert for some reason. Yeah, we were discussing PC versus consoles, and I'll be honest, Ryan, who's console side if you're not familiar, has no idea what he's talking about. You know, I bet if you pay attention to his arguments, most of what he says won't make any sense. It's like he loves making stuff up, and between you, me, and this lamppost, I think he just likes being right. What a funny guy. Let's hop back into the conversation.
Why would it be called that?
If you had a PS5, Angel, wouldn't be too taxing.
PS5,
Power.
don't fucking start with me on PCs versus PS5s, Ryan.
I mean, my PS5 takes me to a whole new world. Your PC has trouble
Okay, Aladdin.
processing audio.
You can't upgrade a PS5, dude. Get a Threadripper
Yes, I can. I did.
and an RTX 4090, okay, and a PC, and the PS5 looks like garbage.
Nobody wants Radeon. If you're gonna do PC, you go Nvidia, not Radeon.
It doesn't matter. If you go Intel, then fine. Go Intel. Wait, what did you say?
You said
Instead of Radeon?
He said NVIDIA is better than Radeon. NVIDIA is what's in mind
That's right, baby.
instead of Intel.
NVIDIA is an RTX 4090. That's NVIDIA.
Yeah,
So that is an NVIDIA chip. The AMD,
that's AMD versus
chip.
Intel. That's
the Threadripper. It's a better product than the Intel, in my opinion.
Really?
But if you want to go Intel, we can go with the i90 13th generation or whatever is the latest generation.
Nice, dude. I just assumed Intel was like the Apple of the computer world. Like, do you remember the Simpsons episode when they put the Intel Pentium 4 processor in Homer's brain and he got real smart? That was a good marketing scheme right there because it sold me for the last 30 years.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the CoinOp-Cowboys. You guys were really excited back there when I was doing that introduction. And I'm glad to see the energy still really high, still really
Yeah, I was
to the sky.
I think Steven's dying.
Let's go.
I was just telling Chris about how Ryan claimed last week he had the biggest penis, and then we all did that dick off where we all pulled it out and measured, and Ryan's was only 3.5 inches. It was surprising how short and little it was.
I know.
Only 3.5 inches bigger than yours.
Talk about average.
I don't think that's true, Ryan. Pull the tapes, Angel. Pull the tapes.
Pull the tapes up. Pull it right now.
I clearly made
Look
it.
at that! Look at that! I strategically put a tape measure next to my computer just for this moment.
So small.
Chris, is that maxed out at like 2 inches?
Pretty close. It is 3 feet, baby.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
But that's more than I need.
I was sure for Tanya's sake that it's not bigger than 3 foot long.
Oh my god, that's getting cut out. All right, or not. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. I got a question for you guys.
Dangle your fucking meat in my mouth.
Oh yeah, like that? I want some barbecue sauce. Oh, dude, Steven, remember when we got smoked meat in KC?
It was so good. Can we go back to talking
I
about
think
how
that
much
was-
Angel likes his anal cavity searched by Ryan's large cock?
Yes.
Angel, I get like one big.
He's dead.
I get like one frame a minute, and it's just like him dying.
Yeah.
Is it that slow?
It's that super PC he has over there. All that thread ripping.
Threadripper.
It's a pretty powerful
Threadripper
PC.
9000.
Hey, tell that hamster to run a little bit faster. But Ryan, the PC will always be the master race in the gaming
Sure,
world.
but people neglect that. How much is a
No.
PS5 versus how much is a fucking good high-end computer? Thousands of dollars the difference.
True.
At first,
Point
it's a
taken.
high barrier to entry, but to upgrade it, and by the way, they last like 10 years, dude. They last like 10 years as long as you maintain them.
No, they don't last
because
10
you
years.
can't
They
put the,
last 10
The
years.
fucking video card itself is like no, it doesn't last.
No, this is what
10
happens-
years.
It lasts
You have
10
to
years.
you have to upgrade your GPU, and the GPU alone is the cost of a fucking PS5.
Okay, listen very closely. Listen very closely. Listen very closely.
Power
When
the
I say
goddamn
you
GPU,
maintain it
and then
well,
you got to add more RAM in there to support the textures, and then you need a CPU to support the fucking AI. But you just buy a fucking PS5, it works for 6 years, and guess what? You're gonna buy a PS6 for another
You gotta get-
$500.
no. Look,
Oh,
you,
and let's
okay.
not
How much is
forget
another
that
RAM?
you
How much
gotta
is another
buy
RAM?
the
$100.
Mice and yeah.
Yeah,
So
like I said, a high
GPU is
barrier to
$500.
entry.
Your RAM costs another
It's a
$100,
high
that's
barrier to
$600.
entry,
Then you
but I'm
gotta
going to
buy
tell
an
you right
SSD,
now,
which
if you get a
is
GPU
$200.
and you maintain it well, it'll last more than 10 years. And I
Ladies,
say
ladies,
maintain,
ladies,
don't leave it in
ladies.
there.
Your GPU will not last 10 fucking years.
My
If you're
last
gonna
one
play
lasted
Minecraft
15.
for 10 years, sure.
It lasted 15 years, and
Yeah,
Minecraft
just
is
play
really
Minecraft
taxing.
Yeah.
for 15
The
years.
mi- the minute-
it's more taxing than a lot of your
Yeah.
games.
The minute
It's way more taxing than
15
your
years
games.
ago, you maxed out Max Payne 1, and then you crawled through Minecraft for another 10 years.
The minute
I've never played
Crybaby
Max Payne.
Angel's
What's that?
computer can't run Minecraft on like extra ultra, he's gonna go buy another $1,200 graphic card. So the cost of a PC is just ongoing because you're never going to be happy. They'll always release a game that pushes the limit, and you can't hit that like that super high end benchmark, and you're going to be like, "Oh no, I'm a fucking peasant." I'm like,
And PC and video game developers don't optimize for PC because there's 1,000 different configurations. When they're building for a console, it's like, okay, this is what the PlayStation players have. I'm optimizing this shit so it works better, even though it's less powerful.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
well, Ryan's wrong about one thing, and that PC is better than PlayStation 5 in all aspects except for cost of entry.
And optimization for
I don't
game
give a fuck
developers,
about
'cause
that.
They rely on the user to just throw money out there to fucking force their way.
I would
through.
rather have a high end ceiling, like a higher ceiling, than to have what PS5 can offer, which is no ceiling.
The Last of Us Part 2 on PlayStation 4 looks better than anything you can have on your PC
Not
right
true.
now.
You know, Ryan, I think we can agree.
Very
You're
true.
fucking
Tell me a
stupid
PC
and
game
you're wrong.
that
You're
you have
fucking
right now
stupid
that
and you're
looks
wrong.
better.
Ryan,
Last of Us Part 2.
Ryan, you're
Roblox.
fucking stupid and you're wrong.
Part 2.
What?
Peggle, Sims 3, Roller Coaster
Dude,
Tycoon.
I love Peggle.
Based. Peggle's a
I
stupid
do
game.
have a point to make. So when the PlayStation 5 comes out, it takes 3 or 4 years for you to get your hands on one before you can actually use it. So you need those things to last a little while, because right about the time that everyone has one, the next one is starting to come out. Like my PlayStation 4 had to last me 12 years because I couldn't get my hands on a PlayStation 5 till Ryan found a super secret underground sell point.
I'm your dealer, baby.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
Timmy ain't getting a PlayStation for Christmas because we got goddamn scalpers like Ryan out there fucking pilfering all the stockpiles.
Hey, I gave you good price.
But guys, like you heard that stat right? It took like minimum. The PlayStation 5 was out for a minimum of 3 years before the mass populace really was able to get their hands on it. And I think 4 years is actually more realistic of how long it took. And I was on with Ryan. I had like a bot thing that was notifying me when it would come on sale, and I would go, and it would already be gone. It never worked.
Yeah, bots.
All right, I got questions for y'all.
Crypto ruined gaming.
Crypto is... Don't get me started on crypto. Okay, time capsule. Here's your question.
Crypto ruined gaming.
Crypto? What? Well, I don't want to
It
ask
drove
why.
up the
I
cost
don't
of
wanna ask why.
GPUs,
Oh my god.
and it made them very limited.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need a good GPU to mine crypto, right?
Yes, you do. All right, question for all y'all. We're gonna go in order, in the order that you guys show up on my screen, and this is the question.
I want to go before Ryan.
It's called Time Capsule. What is in your hand? I thought that was a knife, Chris. The way you were holding it.
That's not a knife.
It's not a knife. This is a knife. So you've played Knifey Spoony before. All right. Imagine you're crafting a time capsule to be opened in 500 years. Which 3 items from today would you choose to represent our current society, and why? That question again. Imagine you're crafting a time capsule.
Like things I touched today.
I mean, you don't have to touch it. It just exists. But Yeah,
Like on August 31st, 2023 exclusively?
I mean, yeah.
Who goes first?
Oh, is that what we're waiting for? Okay. Usually we cut in. All right. The first person in order, and you are all in order. We're going to start with Steven.
Okay, first item of the three is going to be a Polaroid picture of Ryan's small penis. So everybody will remember how small his penis is in 500 years.
3 inches.
Yes.
3 inches.
Second
right?
will be the
Killing it.
dildo that Jennifer Love Hewitt used during Ryan's inanimate object experience. And the third item will be third item definitely is going to be I don't know, a vape pen. Yeah.
There you go. Very good.
I don't know why.
Those are great.
Because everybody vapes now. And
It just represents society today. Oh, very good. Thank you, Stephen. All right. Next up is Chris.
All right. What up, Cowboys? We got a fantastic episode coming in for you. We got Chris here. I would have 3 core things that I would put in this time capsule. So the first one was, if you heard my episode last week, we'd put in a good old Stone IPA into that because we want to let them know that our beers are going the distance. So 2, you also got to put something else that is something that more or less transcends time. And that would be Twinkie. I would put in 1 Twinkie in there. And with a note of, let me know if this is still good or not by then. Let's kind of see where it goes. And then, I was kind of torn for the third one. I was like, I could do like a history book. I could do a CoinOp Chris Cowboy memoir. I could do maybe a soda can, like Hey Aluminum. But where I think it all comes down to is we need the complete encyclopedia of the CoinOp Cowboys in there because we are covering it for future generations. You're welcome, 3,500.
All right.
Yeah.
Year
2,000.
2,500? No. You said 500 years?
500 years. So 2000.
Yeah.
25, 23.
There you go. Got you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chris. Absolutely. They're going to want the original CoinOp Cowboys.
It's a collector's
CD
item.
for sure. Exactly. Absolutely. It's going to be super famous later. So thank you so much, Chris. All right.
It's going to be fantastic when I tell them about that I had on the last episode, I had a CD. So they had to figure out what a CD was. And I was like, the thing about the CD is I put my finger through the hole and Steven's naked on the cover of the CD. So it looks like it's Steven's penis going through the CD. It's going to be fantastic. They'll love it.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had such small fingers, though. Oh.
Yeah.
No, you have massive fingers. All right. Thank you so much, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Thank you so much, Chris. All right, Ryan, what do you got for these CoinOp-ians?
What up, CoinOp-ians? It's your favorite cowboy, Ryan. Now, Angel's asking what I would put in my time capsule. And item numero uno, I would put in a Nintendo Switch OLED. So that 5 years from now, you could play games that are better than anything on Angel's shitty PC that is just playing Minecraft. Item numero dos, I would put my inaugural OnlyFans foot picture.
Oh, my God.
So when I have my mansion built off my OnlyFans money, you know where it started. And item numero tres, I would put an ice cube.
Shut up.
I like
That
it.
ice cube would have melted. 5 years from now, that ice cube would have melted. But there'd be instructions that say, put this in the freezer. And it will once again become an ice cube. Just like no matter how dire society gets, we can always rebuild it back to its original greatness.
Spoken like someone who is a big fan of consoles, that you would provide instructions to give someone evaporated water back to an ice cube.
I feel like one thing that would be cool for us to put in there is something that makes the future generation like really scratch their head, really question and be like maybe uncomfortable, maybe not. I mean, Ryan, like what if you were to pull something out of a time capsule that you're just like, I don't know what to do with this. What would it be?
A sticky stick.
A sticky stick?
What?
Like fly paper?
Like literally?
A stick. Like a
That's
stick
sticky?
that's sticky.
Nice.
And you wonder, why the fuck is this stick sticky?
No, you said it with such confidence, like you've thought about this before. Have you thought about this before? Like you were just thinking, be really fucked up to pull out of one of these? a really sticky stick. Is that true? Like, have you thought of that before?
I've never thought of it.
Oh,
It's
okay,
getting
yeah.
in my brain.
Well,
Remember, I'm a genius, don't you know?
That's true. That's
I-
true. There's three of us.
I was kind of thinking if we put a selfie stick or a Walkman in there. I'm wondering if that would just be what I don't know. What is this? What is it meant for?
I feel like if someone pulled out a Walkman today,
Disneyland annual pass pricing.
like a yeah, when gas was a nickel. All right, and I'll round it out.
10 years ago, Angel, a Disneyland premium pass, so every day 365 was only $300. 10 years ago.
That's incredible. Supply and demand. It's crazy, huh? Okay.
What do you got, Angel?
All right. So I got the three things would be a self-help book on adulting because being an adult became so complicated. We needed instruction manuals, apparently.
Dude, I could use that right now.
Right. A man bun wig, in case future folks wonder how some men dealt with premature balding. And a hot dog costume for no reason other than it's hilarious.
Ask me about my wiener.
Ask me out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We were on last week's episode. We talked about the annual shit show, the Fantasy Football League, and the hot dog costume was our logo for a while.
Ooh, what? What do you mean?
Because
the logo was just a hot dog costume?
Yeah, well, no, it was that guy from that show. That movie was about a guy didn't make it into college, so he made a fake college. So now, but do you remember during that episode when he's out there, he's like the guy made it in college, but he's getting like his fraternity brothers are hazing him, and so when he's talking to his buddy about his fake college, he's like, oh, so you just made up a fake college? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, what's the name of it? And he's like, it's South Harmon Institute of Technology. And he's like, oh, so your logo is shit. South Harmon Institute of Technology. And he's like, well, what's your mascot? He's like, sandwiches. He's like, you're the shit sandwiches.
Yeah.
And so that moment we're like, shit sandwiches. That is the logo for the annual shit show.
That's incredible. No, thank you for sharing that.
Incredible edible egg.
I don't know what to say to that, Ryan. What?
Is that like a real egg or is that like a exotic thing?
What is that?
Mm.
What? No, dude, you can't just fucking say incredible edible egg and just say, I don't know what's going on.
Is it that little chocolate egg that was filled with the white, the...
What's going on with you?
Yeah.
No, I'm just checking my phone.
I think he's checking his mic settings, actually.
Checking his mic.
Who?
All right, let's spin that wheel.
Ryan, that's your line.
Oh, yeah. Spin your fucking wheel.
There we go. It's always weird when you forget.
Yeah. Awkward silence in there. Here we go, baby. Big money, big money.
Oh, my God. It's Ryan.
It's my turn.
Yo, I just clicked the hide.
CoinOp-ians, your favorite cowboy, is here. Now, before I get into my topic, I have quite a few things to chat about. So sit down, relax, grab your favorite IPA, and join me on this journey. Because first of all, I have a bone to pick.
Oh, God.
And this week it is with a cowboy.
John Wayne.
As it often is.
It always is.
I didn't have a bone to pick until today, but before this podcast, 45 minutes before the podcast to be exact, our cowboy Christopher wanted to play PUBG. So I paused the game that I was playing, said I'll be right there. And I go to my desktop and I update PUBG and I get ready to play. It takes 20 minutes. And Angel, you know who never showed up?
Chris?
Yeah, Chris just never fucking showed up. Never showed up to PUBG.
Attaboy.
Hey, I want to play around a PUBG before we fucking do our podcast.
Very wrong.
Not wrong.
Very wrong. Chris did not say, "Hey, brethren, I would like to playeth some form of gaming entertainment with you that would involve a superior PC programming system."
It's true.
I saw multiple guys talking about, hey, I want a game. What should I do? Well, the Cowboys are like, I got like a podcast coming up. So I, being the light unto the world, offered an idea. Everyone was looking for an idea. And I said, you should play a round of PUBG. Boom. And then I followed up that by saying, My child is struggling to poop. I'm about to call Steven for advice. Those were my messages. So the first message was just giving an idea. It wasn't saying I want to do this. And my second message implied that I was in some deep shit trying to work through something. And I was not going to be able to PUBG with all of you. So wrong.
Yeah. Actually, now that I look back at the chat, it's true.
I put my PS5 in suspend mode, so when I'm ready to go back, I just push a power button. I'm right where I left off. You can't do that in PC, baby.
That's sexy. What was that game you're playing?
Sea of Stars. It's an old school type RPG inspired by Chrono Trigger.
Nice. It looked like you were like three kind of ninja-like guys, and you were talking to a big cloud face.
That was the mist god.
The mist, yeah. Was he bestowing mist and talent upon you?
I was doing a trial to get some powers from him. Actually,
solid.
Yes.
Are you more powerful?
Teaching me how to use magic without magic.
Super boring.
Ooh, solid. I like it.
Sounds really boring.
It's a good game.
Yeah, really boring.
It's free on Game Pass right now.
It's also free on the PlayStation subscription.
Sounds really boring.
Yes. Yeah. I know it can't be as riveting as stacking blocks, but
it's
you know what it might get close to though? Some Bro Force.
Bro Force is dope. Bro Force is dope.
I tried that game. It's like a side scroller.
Yep.
And it's shooting.
And you're all the different bros throughout the action hero phase.
Yeah.
Wow, Steven, are you sweating and drinking Gatorade? What's going on
Huh?
here?
I'm like having an asthma attack or something.
I'm pretty sure you got like super COVID over there. You look awful. You look terrible.
I have like allergies and a cough going on, and just like all these things.
Like your eyes are like crooked right now.
It's like I'm like bad allergies, and they're fucking like fucking in my eyes, and like I don't know. I'm coughing all of a sudden. I don't know. Like I need to get this room inspected. Every time I do a fucking podcast, I start to like get coughing and shit. It's like mold in the walls.
Maybe you're allergic to the cat.
Must be the cat.
I just took allergy medicine, so I'll start kicking in. But I don't know, man. Maybe there's mold in my walls.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe. So anyway, I got my bone picked. I'll forgive you this time, Christopher.
Oh, thank you, almighty bone picker.
I did get to play a round of PUBG with one of our top fans, and that was very
Chicken
enjoyable.
dinner?
We did not have chicken dinner. We did kill one person, which was
There you
fun.
go.
Surprising, considering
And then we got flanked from the hilltops.
Goddamn Nazis.
Yeah.
So, is that when four bros came on down on you and your buddy?
Yeah. Anyway, before I get to my main topic, I did want to talk about a current event that won't be so current once this podcast is uploaded. But you guys hear that Bob Barker died?
For the third time?
For the third time, Steven. Yes.
I'm confused. Why?
What?
Third time?
Well, Happy Gilmore killed him one time.
I distinctly remember about a year ago watching this terrible documentary about The Price is Right on Netflix, and they brought Bob Barker on, and I was like, I thought he died years ago. And I looked it up, and everybody on the internet remembers Bob Barker dying, but he wasn't dead, apparently.
I don't remember that.
Well, you remember Bob Barker
No,
dying,
I
Steven?
just knew where you were going with that.
No. Christopher, you remember Bob Barker dying?
I feel like I got the vibe that Bob Barker died. When I saw that he died, my first thought was, oh shit, I thought he was already dead, and then I felt bad. Because I feel like I caused him to die in that moment.
Old dude was already gone. Yeah.
All right, that's all I gotta say about that. That wasn't too interesting.
That's the Mandela effect that I didn't really get. Like, I don't remember him dying. I just always knew he was alive.
Yeah.
I mean, but the guy died at 99. Like, good for him for going the distance. But I mean, The Price is Right. I mean, we started watching that like 30 years ago.
Yeah, he was
70.
He must have stopped hosting that when he was like 85, because Drew Carey did it fairly recently.
He's
It was
been
in the
old
last
forever.
10 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those forever olds.
I've
Like,
only
you know,
remembered
like-
him old.
Like Morgan Freeman, he's a forever old.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just saw Christopher Lloyd in a trailer for a movie the other day. And like he was fucking old as shit in Back to the Future. He's a forever old.
That's so true. He was old as fuck in Back to the Future. I bet you if you watch it now, he really doesn't look that old in that. Yeah, and you
He
just
looks like us.
remember it like as you're a kid, and everybody looks super old. Yeah.
It's because he had white hair. Yeah, he must be old. He got white hair.
Old fogey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It's been in the news like over the last few years where it's like, oh, this person's died, oh, that person's died, and it was just not even like main. I think the last main person who died that it was like all over the news was Kobe.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's tragic.
Where people actually
People don't cry over people dying of like sickness. People don't cry over people dying of like old age. People,
when you're 99, you're just like, kudos, man, for going the distance.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Kobe was silenced. He didn't die. He was silenced.
Epstein.
Anyway. So my topic of this week was actually a fan request, Angel.
Oh.
Now I like to dive into the spookies and the mysterious, and I don't really try to get into too conspiratorial or to too kooky, but this fan really wanted us to. So I did some research, and today I want to talk about some recent trouble in paradise. As many of you may know, there was recently a fire in Maui.
Ooh, this is gonna be. I was hoping you were going to talk about this one.
The official narrative is that a big hurricane went by Hawaii, and a terrible fire was caused by some power lines that are knocked down by these gale force winds. That's the official narrative, but there's a few theories as to what actually happened in Hawaii. One of which is that the Hawaii was attacked by an energy weapon that was targeting specific locations of high value that the locals have been refusing to sell for decades. Resorts and luxury real estate companies have been trying to buy it up to either build more resorts or sell to celebrities like Elon Musk that'll pay $1 billion for a home. And interesting enough, supposedly the direct energy weapon cannot damage things that are blue. Like there's these Tommy Bahama umbrellas that in the middle of the wreckage are standing there unscathed. And several celebrity homes in the area that have these weird blue roofs or unscathed on the island. For example, Oprah Winfrey's house, miraculously untouched. But one has to wonder, why would the government want to attack Hawaii, Chris? What do you think?
Who said it was the government?
The powers above.
So I would say the one thing about Hawaii is that when the United States went over there, there were Hawaiian people living here, and Hawaii said, or the United States, hey, Hawaii, I want you to be part of the United States. And they originally said no. And I'm not quite sure. Like, I think we just kind of like annexed them more or less unwillingly. So it does not surprise me that the government or that a local business would want that land. I mean, it would not put it. I would totally believe that they would burn those houses down so they can have the land, because they already put up the silt fence, right? I hope you talk about the silt fence that's already in place, covering up all the construction work happening.
It's in the notes. It's in the notes. We'll get there, Chris. Angel, why do you think somebody would purposely attack Hawaii with a major laser beam?
Honestly, I don't know why. I've been asking myself that same question, and some of the things you've mentioned make sense. Mm-hmm. And as for that thing that, what's his name, Steven said, if it wasn't the government, the government wants to know if there is another. They obviously had a hand in it because it's for their own defenses. If there is a weapon of destruction that they don't have in their pocket, then that's a weakness.
Okay.
So,
Steven, you're looking healthier. It looks like that pill's kicking in for you. Your eyes are open.
Hey,
Yeah.
Looks bright.
Well, why do you think somebody would want to attack Lahaina with a direct energy weapon?
Well, first off, I'm reading about the history of why Hawaii agreed to be annexed, and it was like because they were overthrown by a bunch of white people.
Yes, the queen, the Hawaiian monarch, Queen Lulukani.
Look at my pussy.
Yeah, they were flat out overthrown by the Dole Plantation. Actually, I shouldn't say Dole Plantation. I should say a group of American sugar planters under Sanford Ballard Dole overthrew the Queen to establish a provincial government with Dole as president.
Dole pineapple?
Damn, we really fucked them, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Those pineapples are so good, though. I mean,
all I ever heard about it was either the U.S. was going to do it, or very shortly after the Japanese would have taken over.
Japan.
Yeah, it was going to happen regardless. if they liked it or not. But
No.
Oh, so it was okay that we did it. I think that's the point you're trying to make,
no,
Steven.
not saying that. Just saying it was going to happen. It was unavoidable.
Unavoidable. This isn't an episode of decisions were made, so let's move on.
I believe they would attack that area, Ryan. I believe that attacking an island in the middle of the ocean is probably a safe place to test out an energy weapon.
What if I were to tell you this wasn't the first time this energy weapon's been used on the United States?
Well, I believe it.
The first time it was used was right outside our backyard, Steven, in Paradise, California.
What?
Remember that fire? Yes. That was the first time people... Yeah, that was the first time people believed that this direct energy weapon was used. It was right in our backyard.
And it had nothing to do with like the gas and electric companies getting sued to like oblivion because
that's a cover up.
No, it's
that's
not.
A cover up.
Oh yeah, those companies just agreed to pay trillions of dollars because I would say that the Hawaii thing's more believable. I did read a tweet, and I don't know, it wasn't verified by me, but it had a blue check mark.
An X. You read an X.
I read an X that said that the power company in Hawaii said they shut off all electricity to the lines during the hurricane. So
interesting.
Either way, I don't believe the Paradise Fire. There's a lot of shitty power lines, like the old infrastructure and shit's falling over. So
yeah, dude, that power. So the power company was like PMG or PPMG, whatever the name of that company was. So their power lines got blamed for that giant fire, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna sue you guys." They're like, "Okay, well, you took everything, so we're gonna go bankrupt." They're like, No. We're not stopping there. You can go bankrupt, but we're not going to give you bankrupt protection. You're still going to owe all this stuff, and we're going to make sure you guys are in prison, and we're going to make sure this. I mean, I have never seen a lynch mob jump on someone so hard before.
They did the right thing. Those companies have a duty to maintain their infrastructure.
They do.
And it wasn't the first time that their power line failures had caused big fires. It's just the first time that it caused loss of life to that extreme.
Oh yeah, PG&E, and they settled on a $13 billion settlement.
That's a lot of guacamole. So anyway, back to Hawaii. All interesting theories from you guys. Theory number one for me is that these luxury real estate companies just want to take the land. Theory number two is that the state of Hawaii is interested in turning that area of Lahaina into a 15-minute city. You ever heard about these 15-minute cities, Angel?
It's a 15-minute city. Like it's 15 minutes away?
Angel's gone.
The energy weapon got him.
I'm surprised you haven't heard about a 15-minute city being in construction, from Christopher. Steven, have you ever heard of a 15-minute city?
No.
So the idea of a 15-minute city is that's an urban planning concept in which daily necessities and services like going to work, getting your shopping done, going to school, healthcare, entertainment, all of it can be reached within 15 minutes of just walking or riding a bicycle. So it essentially eliminates like pollution and whatnot. You can get wherever you need within 15 minutes. It's supposed to be like a clean energy thing. Bunch of hoopla. I don't care about that theory. The meat of my story comes with theory number 3. And I need Angel here.
Here you go.
Here you go.
Well, good podcast, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
What if we were just gone when Angel came back?
Well, I thought that's what Steven was going to walk into when we all logged out to re-log in. So PG&E, they apparently had 100-year-old power lines that they did not maintain, like Steven was saying, and that is what they said started the fire. And so they had the $13 billion settlement. They went into bankruptcy. And then while they were in bankruptcy, they got sued by 20 victims of the fire. So it just kept on going. But yeah, they got sued into the ground.
Direct energy.
But for some reason, I could have swore PG&E is still out there. You know, Ryan, you could just keep going, dude. I would love to hear about your 15-minute city.
That's all I got on the 15-minute city.
Oh, okay.
The next theory is the meat and potatoes, and I need Angel here.
Oh.
He's gonna be a content witness. He's gonna be an expert witness.
There must be some gold on that island, if you know what I mean.
I think he's back.
Anyone have an expert witness lying around?
I am back.
All right, we got an Angel back. All right, so now we've gone through my theory number 1 and 2. Theory number 3. two of the Cowboys in this chat are going to be expert witnesses. They know nothing about what's about to happen. I'm going to need Angel. I'm going to really need your attention here. And expert witness number 2, I need Christopher.
Oh, shit.
And you'll know shortly. Steven, stay awake and pay attention. You're important too. You're going to be the flavor. Okay?
My flavor.
Your eyes are getting crossy again. I'm worried about you.
Just trying to breathe.
We'll try harder.
All right.
Try harder.
So now before I continue on to theory number 3, Angel,
Yeah,
I'm out.
you like Disney movies.
I'm a fan of the classics.
Yeah. You know Moana? You know the movie Moana?
I do know Moana.
All right, it's going to be important in a bit, okay? Keep that in mind. All right, Christopher,
Yes.
you know a lot about religion. I'm going to need you in just a second.
Gotcha.
So, theory number 3. What if I were to tell you that the island of Maui is not an island at all, but instead it is a giant Nephilim.
Nephilim.
Yes, Nephilim.
What the fuck is a Nephilim?
Oh, that's what we got our expert witness.
That's
Chris
what we got
here.
Chris for.
So let me tell you what I believe they are, and Chris, you can fill in the gaps, right?
Sure thing.
So the Nephilim are referenced in Genesis and are also referenced in Ezekiel, and the Hebrew word Nephilim is sometimes directly translated as giants, or taken to mean the fallen ones. Well, can you expand on that, Christopher?
Yeah, so the idea, so Ryan was right. In Genesis, it's like 2 verses. It's all it covers, but it's the concept of that the angels of heaven. So mankind was created on the earth, and yet the angels of heaven came down and intermingled with the men and women or ladies on the earth, and so they started giving birth to these like, you know, it would almost be like a demigod concept, but they were these giants called Nephilim. And so they were all over the earth and doing these different things. But the problem was, I think they were naturally doing bad things. And so that was part of the reason when God said, hey, it's time to flood the earth, that all the Nephilim got taken out. And to Ryan's point, it also says it in Ezekiel, but you also have this book of oh gosh, what's his name? There's another book in there that was Noah's grandfather. The really old guy. I'm spacing on it. Methuselah. There you go. It's like I think it was Methuselah. It's like the book of Methuselah or something like that. Goes into more detail about the Nephilim, but it's not part of the canon Bible because it talks about it a little bit differently. But it's the concept of Noah's grandfather wrote this stuff down about that.
I'd like to make a point.
Yes.
Okay. What was the name of the offspring of angels and humans?
Nephilim.
Nephilim. Okay.
Nephulam.
That brings Winnie the Pooh to mind.
What?
Heffalumps.
Nephilims and Woozles. That's it. That's my comment.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna need your Disney knowledge in a bit. So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show you a picture of the island of Maui, and I want you to tell me what it looks like. Angel, I asked that I send you these pictures and you link them in the podcast description for our listeners.
Roger Dodger.
It's an audio thing, but this is important to the tale of what happened in Maui. Let me show you here. All right.
It was the Book of Enoch. That's the one I was looking for.
What does this look like to you, Steven? What does that look like to you?
It looks like a man in like a straitjacket.
Yeah, it looks like a giant man.
That's good example.
That's maybe looking face down into the ocean. It kind of looks like, right?
Kind of.
Would you say so, Angel?
Ryan, do you need to describe? Even though we're going to link the pictures, do you want to describe what the picture is first?
Yeah, go ahead and describe it.
So it's a picture of the island of Maui, and like Angel says, it looks like a human. Like on the top, you see the head, and then you can see the shoulders and a torso, almost like the top of the body is like face down, dead in the ocean, and like the lower body is maybe like laying down towards the bottom of the ocean.
You know, Ryan, I see a similar thing, but I'm thinking a little bit differently. So the top part is obviously the head. The bump on the left is actually his knees. his knees are up against his chest, and he has his arms around his knees.
Okay.
Like he's pooping.
Yeah,
Like he's pooping.
yeah.
Oh, that's a weird
I
poop.
could see that as well.
Oh my god.
Now, I'm going to show you the same map, but on this map, there's going to be marks of where these fires took place. I want you to look at this. So, back where we see the head, kind of like towards where the forehead would be, that's where Lahaina was. That's where like the main fire was. But there were several fires going on in Hawaii, and they almost look like they're in like the center of, like, if he's face down, it would be the back, or if he was face up, it'd be the chest, but kind of where the heart would be. Almost like these were like death shots from this direct energy weapon. Would you say so, Steven?
Yeah, that would be where you'd want to shoot.
Yeah. It's almost like they're trying to kill this Nephilim before it woke up.
I also
For
saw
whatever
a
reason.
dinosaur in the clouds. What do we got to say about that?
We're not talking about clouds today, Steven. We're talking about Maui, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry, bud.
Now earlier, Christopher mentioned these fences, right? I do have a picture of the fence. Here's the picture of a fence. I don't know why the conspiracy theorists really care about this fence. It looks like a fucking construction fence to me, which to me, it makes sense that you'd want to keep people from going into this dangerous place and tripping over stuff or breathing in chemicals or rummaging through people's belongings of lost before they can get there. Well, what's your issue with
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to talk about this fence. So in Southern California, when you pull a permit, the city says you need to surround your project with a construction fence. And I think from the city's point of view, they want it to be able to capture the sand. Like if sand is blowing up, it's kind of stopping it a little bit. I've heard other people say the city wants it to be a dark green color because they don't want people looking into the job site, because if they're looking into the job site, they're going to cause accidents. So I'm not quite sure which is correct. However, I drastically want to point out that this fence in Maui is hardcore. It's got like center brace. It's got top brace. It's a very sturdy fence. It's higher than the normal construction fences I operate with. Like my normal construction fence is like, I don't know, maybe like 8 feet tall, maybe sometimes 6 feet. But this one is like 10 to 12 feet tall, and it's very heavy duty, and it is completely blacked out. Like you physically can't see through it, and it looks like it's multiple layers. I think that might be why you can't see through it. So going back to the green fence you see on a typical construction site, if you get right up to it, it's kind of porous. You can see through it. It's really just trying to keep the sand down. And the thing is, you don't want it to be that thick anyways, because if you do, it turns into a giant sail. So they just had 100-mile-an-hour gusts. Why do they want to put this super thick, super tight fence up all of a sudden? And shit, they literally put it up like the next day. Were they just on standby ready for that?
Almost as if they're prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. See, me as a layman, I thought this is like a heavy-duty fence to withstand the winds. But yeah, conspiracy theorists making a big deal about these fences, and this Nephilim theory, they're thinking that they're excavating some valuable resources or ancient powers for whatever reason for these areas that they targeted. Now, Angel, I mentioned earlier, I need your Disney knowledge, specifically surrounding Moana.
Yeah, on standby, ready to go.
All right, so Moana is based on Hawaiian mythology, correct?
That's correct.
That is correct. Now, in my research, I noticed several clips were talking about this giant green creature in that film. Well, what is that creature that they talk about?
Trick question.
Okay.
I plead the fifth.
What do you mean?
What are you asking? Are you talking about
She's like
Tikal turning into Tafiti?
She's like this green grass thing, like a giant.
Have you seen the movie? Have you seen the movie?
I fell asleep.
Oh my god, Ryan! Tafiti, the heart of Tafiti. Maui took the heart of Tafiti. She turned into Tikal. They believe they're two different entities until Moana realizes that the heart of Tafiti needs to be returned to Tikal so she can return to Tafiti, and she becomes a mound of like an island.
A mound.
An island.
She
right?
becomes
and
an
she lies
island.
down and she's like, "Good night," and go to
She's
bed.
an island.
Yeah.
So one might say that was Maui itself, and Disney was telling us that Maui is not a land; it is a living being.
Yeah.
Maui in that movie is a demigod
Yeah.
Oh,
of the wind and
Nephilim.
sea.
wow.
Wind and sea.
A Nephilim.
Oh, wait a minute. A Nephilim. Would that be equivalent?
Yeah.
Because his powers are bestowed upon him by his hook. He doesn't have powers per se, but does he? He only has like dancing tattoos.
Yeah, I feel like he's still kind of a special being. Like he was able to go to the underworld area, so he has a little bit of specialty about him. But they did in the movie they did highlight that his hook means everything to him.
But like a demigod has like supernatural powers, like Hercules.
Yeah.
So you know what else is interesting? You know it was announced a few months before this fire happened?
Moana 2.
Moana, the live action remake. The Rock said we are going to remake Moana in live action. What if he wasn't talking about a movie? What if he was talking about real fucking life?
I don't understand. They didn't record it, did they?
What do you mean?
Like they didn't record the laser.
No, because they weren't making a movie. They were reenacting it in real life.
Okay, that's a little too far.
He was hinting at it that we were going to attack an island.
That's right.
But I like The Rock.
I did too. I did. But anyway, Steven, today I brought you two expert witnesses to talk about this theory. What do you think about the Hawaii fire? What say you?
It's much more likely that some evil corporation or government entity shined down some energy weapons to start fires versus it being a fucking weird ass Nephilim demigod.
Oh, come on, Steven.
But more than likely, I think high winds just turned over some power lines and it created a fire. And the fencing is a little suspect.
What about the blue?
The blue is just a well-known thing from a long time ago.
What do you mean?
What? What does that even mean?
Laser beams don't burn blue. Another piece of evidence that I wanted to bring up is The Simpsons predicted these deadly laser beams. There's an episode of The Simpsons where a big death ray destroys Springfield, and one thing remains standing: the statue wrapped in a blue tarp.
True.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How about
It's been known for a long time that the color blue like resists lasers and like certain heat stuff. It's not new information.
So when I look at this Maui fire, I would envision, let's say a fire broke out in Anaheim or Placentia. I mean, for it to go like building to building, I feel like is a lot of work because that fire has to get really hot first. And even if it is really hot, it kind of takes a minute to go building to building because you have a lot of resistant stuff. And I would say in Maui, you have a lot of things made of wood, like the houses and stuff. But if the houses were spread out, I was like, okay, maybe you'd go a little bit slower. But when I looked at that, it was every blade of grass, like that was everything was 100% burnt down. All the cars were burnt down to the ground. The walls burnt down to the ground. The houses burnt down to the ground. There was not a single thing that was not burnt in that area, except for these like blue things. So I was like, man, that tells me it's got to be a super hot fire to be able to just flash cook everything like that.
And it was super quick too.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring up some points for you guys.
Yes, please, Steven.
Some interesting things that I've seen on the TikToks.
If you bring up evil corporation, I swear to God.
Okay, first of all,
BlackRock.
the cars being fucking melted. That was sketch, right?
The rims. Wait.
Like
Sketch like
rims, like rims being melted, like all the aluminum, everything just melted.
Yeah, I thought that was over the top because I've seen cars on the 5 freeway and I don't see oozing rims all the way down the street.
Yeah, did you see the interview today when Joe Biden like kind of misspoke? And I know you can't really take anything he says seriously, but he said something about like how he had appointed a director of emergency operations like before the fires even happened.
No.
He said, we appointed him before the fires even happened or something like that. Like look that up, like what Joe Biden said about that. And then also what else? I can't think of the other point I was going to make, but the fire was there was some sketchy parts. The fence part's a little sketchy to me too. It kind of ties in with all that. How are they so prepared to set up heavy duty fencing around? Was it just around like the front street around? But like the emergency response took a while.
Yeah, well, no, it's like the fence is running down the main road. We're talking about a large section coned off in like such a short amount of time. And I'm trying to think of when other places burn down, I don't see us putting like major heavy duty fences around. If anything, those kind of sit there burn for a while.
There was a big deal because a lot of the human remains in there were like just ash, and like they were doing everything they could to protect the scene of the incident.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't want people walking through there and disturbing like what could be just people's bodies, like whatever's left of them.
Yeah, you got a bunch of tourists going in there to explore, and then all
Taking
these people
pictures
just
of
want
the fucking tree.
TikTok famous to go and like do shit. So I understand the need to put this fence up and make it harder to get into because you got a bunch of idiots sneaking in, which are doing it anyway. So I don't know if the fence really is a smoking gun of concern.
What are the total numbers? Was it 1,000 people that were unaccounted for?
That's what I was hearing, and the last number I heard dead was like 110, but
Confirmed
it's kind of
dead.
already like it's already kind of like disappeared from the news ever since Joe Biden walked around like a zombie over there.
God, how can we even be okay with the zombie politicians? Like, there's on both sides of the aisle. They're just like, nobody wants to admit that there's something wrong with it because they would be taking their person out of power, right? I don't know.
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
That guy has frozen up like twice already. What is going on? Have you seen that too? There's other celebrities like Cardi B. She like freezes in the middle. Yeah, right? Crazy. They just stop and they're like frozen, and they're like in the back. You see them freaking out. Like,
did you see the Katy Perry
like
robot eye?
Freeze up.
Yeah, where I got stuck.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's just eyelash glue.
Eyelash glue.
Well, what say you, Disney expert? Did Disney foretell this Nephilim?
First of all, I hold the original values of Walt close to my heart. What it's become recently is a little different.
You don't support Rachel Ziegler?
Who is that?
She's Snow White.
Yeah, that Snow White shit's annoying.
It's a different take on Snow White. That's it. It's just a different take on Snow White. Whatever.
I love all the like little people that are like outraged that they couldn't get like the one part that they were like meant for. They're like, no, they're gonna give it to a bunch of freaking like woke like agenda stuff. Like, oh, gotta get the black person, gotta get the Asian person, gotta get the gay, gotta get the trans.
Look, this is my take. All right, everyone. It's the rational actor. That's what I think. Everyone is out for their own best interest, regardless of what it is. And initially, people think it's about money. It's about money. No, it's not always about money. It's about whatever is most important to you. For example, if someone gives a lot to charity, it could be one of two things or one of many things. But it's either you're trying to get a tax write-off or you just want to make yourself feel better. Because the alternative is you don't take that action and then you feel worse about yourself or you can't live with yourself in that situation. So it's a rational actor.
So Nephilim?
Oh my God, what the I am so impressed with Chris, by the way. What the I've read the Bible a few times, never came across Nephilim. I feel like I would remember
Didn't
that.
you know Nephilim was in Diablo 4? Nope. They use that word all the time.
Hey man, that game I did not read one or listen to one bit of the story.
Well,
I just wanted to see
Angel
a lot of
never
numbers.
got past level 6. So
I did not. I didn't give a fuck. It was really it was the same thing over and over.
The game was horrible.
Nephilim is the Nephilim.
The Woozles. No, that was impressive. No, come on, man. It's a Nephilim. Why would they shoot him? Why would they shoot him?
You got to keep those giants down, baby. They're going to reveal the flat Earth.
I don't know. I don't buy that at all.
Really getting off the
That's
deep
kinda
end
silly.
now, and I don't like it.
It's a little silly. I like how you started your segment with, I'm not going to talk about conspiracy, but
it was a fan request. It was a fan request.
Fan request.
It was a
fan
fan request.
Listener, I hope you enjoyed our. It's just it could be possible. A little person in there or a big person in a mountain. Not likely, but possible.
Yeah, Angel, I want you to Google Nephilims, and you'll see all kinds of pictures of natural geography that just look like big giant people. Sometimes they look like big kitties.
I got it right here for you, Angel. So Genesis 6:1 right here. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth, and the daughters were born to them, the sons of God, which we assume is like angels, saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them that they chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans, they had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time, and he regretted that he had made them.
Wow.
And that was it. And then it rolls right into Noah and going from there.
Noah, oh Noah, there's gonna be a floody.
I hate this.
So
He said, "I hate this."
yeah. So it's funny because I saw the TikTok too about like the island being this like Nephilim, and I've seen some, and of course you watch that TikTok video, and then there's one where like, oh, there's some frozen in Antarctica, and Easter Island was actually Nephilim built those statues and buried them in the ground. I'm for the whole Maui thing. I'm of the opinion that it's the business wanted to burn it down so that they could build their stuff. The whole attacking the island, I saw the pieces coming together, but I don't think that's it. Because I'm like, okay, you shot the lasers. Well, now what is the concept that it will never wake up because it's now dead?
I guess so.
Is that the concept?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't know how to kill a Nephilim. Never done it.
Yeah, but I did see. Someone was also pointing on there where they were showing satellite images where you saw all these fires start like at the same time. You see like all these smokestacks come out of the ground. And even if it wasn't a direct energy weapon, it would have been very easy for a bunch of arsons to time it at the same time.
Yeah, we saw that for Canada.
Yep.
But
Canada was practice.
That's really all I got to say about that. Thank you, listener, for the suggestion this week.
I'm just surprised that Steven was so offended that we started talking about Nephilim with all the things that he tries to be not offended by in life. That was the one where we.
Why am I offended? I was offended.
It's the fear of God. Steven's not offended. He's just afraid.
No, I was offended because Ryan started singing his stupid song.
Oh, is that when you said I hate this? I assume that's what you're referring to.
I hate the song that he was singing. It was stupid.
Solid.
It was like floody, here comes the floody. Whatever the.
Thanks for revealing that weakness, Steven. I appreciate it.
What?
It's a nice Christian song.
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that, Angel. Let's
all right, thank you so much, Ryan. Excellent. Very timely.
Let's go back to your fucking wheel.
Let's go back to the titty fucking wheel. Let's go.
Dude.
All right, we need Angel to bring up this topic.
Best,
gonna be moisture.
We need to do the best 5-minute topic ever because I'm 5 minutes from sleep.
We're losing Steven fast.
That's what happened when you take 9 Benadryls to go to bed.
Benadryl and podcast. Let's go.
There you go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about life. We're just going to get all caught up. Why are you laughing, Ryan? Why are you laughing?
Go ahead.
No, I want to know.
Ryan he thinks life is funny.
Life's a garden. Dig it, baby.
Well, let's talk about life. Where do we begin?
Well, it started in Genesis, and
that's true. The Nephilim and Woozles.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to talk about how life's going so far. We're almost to the end of the year. It's 2023.
They were almost to the end of life.
No, dude. You know what? I actually had that realization the other day.
No, I'm living forever.
I'm like, I saw someone's story, and they're like, "Oh my God, we're gonna have kids," and they showed the year that they were born, and I did the math real quick. They were like 26, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I remember being 26. I remember being in that stage," and it was like awesome. And now it's like 10 years later. No, 9 years later. Yes, 9 years later. Holy fuck! Like,
yeah, whatever.
Time's flying by, dude. What do you mean, whatever? What's wrong?
Nothing.
What's wrong with whatever?
Start thinking about it. It's a dark hole to go down, Angel. Don't think about that.
No, I think it's a beautiful hole to go down.
Oh wow!
I think it's.
I
really
could have gone
good.
down a beautiful hole tonight if I didn't do this podcast. But that's how much I love you guys.
As you hack a lung.
Well, sorry, I'm in my cat hair black mold room doing my podcast.
Go inside your closet, Steve.
I am in my clawfist.
Yeah, you don't see the hanging dangling light. No, yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Just life passes you by, you know.
Well, I got into that like 2 years ago, right before Maddie was born. Like I started going to therapy because I was like, it's all I was obsessively thinking about was, oh my God, I'm gonna have a kid, and then life's just gonna like zip because you're just gonna see that thing grow, and it's gonna be a constant reminder of how old you're getting. And I like got like super like existential on it, and fucking wrecked me for like 2 years. And then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna think about that anymore. I'm gonna ignore it. And that made me happy.
That's all I got to say about that.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss.
Really stupid or super happy.
The best way to die is someone hires a hit on you and you get shot in the back of the head when you're just walking down the road eating an ice cream cone. Thinking life is beautiful.
Oh, done.
And you're dead. You don't know.
I think unfortunately, I think this is the natural tendencies, but I think when you're going through life, you focus on the worries or maybe the things going wrong, or like in Steven's examples, he's worried about things going by too fast. And maybe us all were realizing, we're like, oh snap, it just turned to September. Like right now it's 12:01 a.m. September 1st. Like it just hit us. We're suddenly in September, like, man, where did the year go? All these things happening. And I think, all things considered, the Earth is still spinning the same speed. So just live with that fact that it's going to keep going, but try to focus on the stuff that you enjoy each morning. So like instead of, same thing, my kid just started kindergarten and I'm like, you know what? I should make a point to like talk to him more. We should be going and doing things more. Like, the other day he said, Dad, can we just go get a sandwich? I want to go to Jersey Mike's. I want to get that sandwich that Steven talked about on the podcast. I just want to sit down and just eat a sandwich. And he thought that was the coolest thing. And I was like, this isn't that surprising. But then I realized he was born kind of like at like right in the early stages of like the COVID era where, we didn't really take him out to restaurants. So that was his first experience going out. He's like, you could go out somewhere and you could order food and then you could sit there and eat it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, there's a movie that I think I'm sure you guys have all watched with Adam Sandler called Click. You watched that?
It's a good movie.
Where
It makes me cry, man.
Relevant as fuck because basically he gets to the point of his life where shit's routine and boring and he gets that device, whatever. He could speed through the boring parts of his day. However, it leads to him just speeding through his whole fucking life and he gets old and like goes, holy shit, where'd the time go? And I think that's like my biggest like theory on all of this is like, why does time seem to go by faster now than when we were younger? And it's because of how routine our fucking lives have became and how little knowledge we're actually absorbing compared to when we were growing up. So sometimes I feel like just doing the day-to-day routine is like just shutting off our brains and we're just not taking it in. We're not committing it to memory and all the days just blur past.
Yeah.
That's why it feels fast.
Yeah.
When you're constantly doing new things, you absorb it more and those moments kind of linger.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I like about my job is I don't do the same thing every day. I go visit new customers all the time and I talk to them about their business and learn about their things. So I'm constantly doing new things. So I'm not bored at work, but it doesn't really like fly by, but I'm like, it's different every day.
Yeah. I miss learning. I miss like traditional learning.
Yeah.
We can go back to school, Steven. We can take night classes.
Yeah, you can.
We could.
It's very difficult after having a child, though.
Everything is difficult.
I'll tell you that right now from experience. It's really hard. It's just that the time dedication is a nightmare.
Yeah, time in general is just really shitty right now. Like trying to find time to do anything, especially like exercise. Unless you're one of those motherfuckers that are like, I wake up at 5 and I work out like intensely until 6.
It's a great thing. When there was a couple of weeks, like 3 months ago, where I was getting up at 5 a.m. and going to the gym, and it was amazing because you get out of there at like 6:30, you shower, leave for work at the same time, and then you're like, you have tons of energy, and then you get off of work. It's like, I have a lot more time because I got that hour out of the way already. It's great.
That's wonderful.
But getting up at 5 a.m. sucks.
I can't even open my eyes at that time.
It's super hard at first. Like I'm gonna be straight with you guys, but I think maybe the first like week or two it was tough, and then after that, my coworker and I, we were just doing this as a routine. We would get up at 5, and I have a workout bike in my garage, and I would walk down. I would get on the bike. I would ride over 30 minutes, and I'd go upstairs and shower. And I gotta say that 30 minutes felt like the most personal time of like my months, because at that point I'm like, you know what, this is it felt the most like my time.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I wanted to do. It felt free. It felt clear. It didn't feel routine. Because after that, it's what do the kids need? What do the spouse need? What does the work need? What do the CoinOp Cowboys need? It's, everything. And even in the evening when you're trying to go to bed, it's still hard to turn that stuff off. But at 5 a.m., I feel like there was nothing floating around in the brain yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I usually, for my choice in exercise, like 8:30. Once the kid goes down, I go on like a walk, and I run a lot too during the walk. Just on the city streets near my house. The streets are kind of quiet, not too many cars. I throw my headphones in. Other than the fucking random spider web I get in my fucking face. It's a really peaceful experience, and you get to just be by yourself with your thoughts.
Yeah.
And whatever you want to listen to, which is so nice right now.
It's such a gem to introduce that kind of peace in your life again, because you start to realize you're going through life, years pass, and you start piling things into your schedule, and eventually you hit your limit, and then you overpass it and you miss stuff. And when you start to really center and realize, I really got to make time for other things like myself and self-care and stuff like that, then you appreciate the quiet. It's like, hey, it's no one's asking for anything right now. It's my time.
I love it.
And it's quiet and it's nice.
You ever just go outside at like 5 a.m.?
Yeah, I do. I've been
very interesting.
For sunrise or like before the sunrises.
Like when we go on like road trips or like those 5 a.m. gym sessions, when you go outside and it's like dawn, like 5 a.m. and the sun's just starting to rise, it's like eerily quiet and everything just seems slower because nobody else is around. It's very interesting.
Yeah. One of my favorite camping experiences was, it was cold, but we were in Joshua Tree, and it was so cold that I woke up right as the sun was starting to peak up, and I went and climbed on some of those big boulders out there amongst the Joshua trees and everything. And the sun coming up out there just felt so quiet and peaceful. I was like, it was spiritual for sure.
I get that a lot when I go hunting, because I feel like most of the time we're hunting is like you got to get out there before the sun goes up. And it's kind of nice because you just get to your spot, you sit down, and then you're like, all right, I literally just wait here until the critters get up and walk near me. And you can see the sunrise. You can think about stuff. If there's something you're like, oh, I've been meaning to think about whatever, you finally have that clear opportunity. You're not doing anything. You're not messing with your phone. You're like, oh, let's think about that for a minute. How do I want to do that? Very nice.
Yeah.
But something that's come up recently, whenever I have a minute like that, I feel like I need to fill that time with something. That's a rut I'm stuck in. It's like, okay, well, I have a minute. Let me go see what's on my phone, or I can, review my portfolio again, or something. Who knows? But just taking that time is really important. And you have to fight the urge to tell. At least for me, I have to fight the urge to tell myself you're wasting your time.
No, I don't believe in time being wasted at all. Because I think if you're enjoying it and if you find value in it, whether it's just sitting there in your own thoughts or reading a stupid book or playing a video game, as long as it's enriching to you, it's not a waste of time. And you need to eliminate that idea that you're wasting time versus just enjoying your time.
That's really insightful. Huh.
Everything's a waste of time if you really think about it.
Shut the fuck up, Steven. God damn it. I used to think that way too.
It's all perspective.
Yeah.
Negativity versus positivity.
When I look at somebody and I'm like, this person is dumping so much time into something that's so trivial. When you look at the bigger picture, does it really fucking matter?
I mean,
at the end of the day,
you want to waste your time on Sea of Thieves, but that's fine with you. Go ahead.
Like even
something like that.
Even the most important thing you can think of in life, whatever the most important thing you can be doing, it doesn't matter in in time, in the infinite amount of time. Doesn't matter really. No,
it could. That's the thing. That's what I think about. It's like could be the moment where you find the opportunity. Or the opportunity passes you, because I believe that there's opportunities presented to each individual. And if they take it or don't take it, they can make a bigger impact than they do in their story. And a lot of people miss that because they're afraid, or they're not even looking for an opportunity or something.
Well, I think that falls into if you're doing something that you don't find fulfilling. If you have a job that you just hate, but you don't do anything to change it, then it is a waste of time because you're not finding it to be fulfilling.
Huh.
But like a lot of people think playing video games is a waste of time, which yeah, it is because you're not really doing much. But if I'm enjoying just playing the game, taking in a story, or if I'm playing games with friends and bonding over that, I don't find that to be a waste of time.
I don't like
But
the term
plenty of people
waste of
would.
time. I like the term pastime. And it's just, why does it matter what you choose to do for entertainment? Like, people are like sitting on their shit telling you, oh, that's a waste of time. Like, they're looking down upon it, yet they'll go on Instagram for 2 hours, or they'll spend their time going to sports, like, or to watching something on TV. Like, how is that not the same thing? It is the same thing.
Yeah, and all that matters is that it's enriching and fulfilling to the person doing it.
Mm-hmm. And it's not negatively affecting your other things that you care about. Like, you're not.
You brought up.
Go ahead.
You brought up a really good point, Stephen, and Ryan. Shut the fuck up. I know, it's insightful as fuck. No, it's kind of a tricky one. I'll try to say out loud what I'm thinking. It's because you're right. Who gives a shit? It's the person who is judging. It's the judging who is thinking about that as a waste of time. Because what you're interested in you don't think is a waste of time until someone makes that judgment, and you yourself make judgment against others for wasting their time. So it's that internal monologue I judge others for wasting their time. Am I wasting my time? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like fantasy football, right? You love it, and then I feel like people who don't love fantasy football, you're like, man, what a waste of time. You're playing fake coach.
Yeah.
You're like, no, it's fulfilling, or I enjoy it.
And what Ryan, I agree. And what Ryan said is there's no wasted time. If you're enjoying what you're doing, that there's no wasted time. I think that's a good philosophy.
Have you guys ever played Power Wash Simulator?
I have.
It's on Xbox, and all you are is there's just a van, and it's dirty, and you have a hose, and you just hose it off and get it all clean. Yeah. And Easton and I played that for like 45 minutes in these increments, and it was very like therapeutic, I guess. It was like, oh, what are we doing here? Like, at the end of it, is that car really clean? No, it's just a game, but we enjoyed doing it. And it was kind of nice because it was like, for that moment of my life, things were really quiet all of a sudden. I wasn't getting phone calls, I wasn't getting emails, I wasn't worrying about stuff. I was just worrying about, this thing's clean, and I want to get it clean, and I felt good when it was clean.
Did you clean the backyard?
I got about three quarters of the way through the backyard and said, okay, all right, break time for this. Mm-hmm. I also downloaded Lawn Mowing Simulator, but I have not had a chance to play it yet.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
So, Chris, off topic, random, you're talking about stuff, and you play with Easton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then got me thinking about a toy. This is how I'm making this connection. I went to my neighbor's house. She's super into Legos. This old lady, super sweet, and she's just really into Legos, and she builds them on her spare time. It's like her puzzle. But she had put together what are those called? Technic, the ones that we got Easton in the tractor one. Mm-hmm. Okay, she had a hydraulic bucket excavator set that she got from the Lego store in Ontario Mills.
Like the big wheel that has a bunch of buckets on it?
No, it's a big excavator and a big crane arm that has like a scoop kind of bucket on it.
Okay.
Really big, and it has a air pump on it, and you can pump up the hydraulics, and it has controls on it that you can like lower. Whoa. I said, I need to get this for Easton, and then I asked her, well, how much was it? And she was like, I don't want to tell you. So I was like, exceeds my kid present budget, but I thought I'd pass along the information to you so you could look for something Santa might want to make for him.
Did she ever tell you how much it was?
Like $150.
Oh, okay. I thought that.
But she got it from Ontario Mills Lego store, but I'm sure the downtown Disney Lego store would have something.
I work right next to Ontario Mills. I could go pick it up for you, Chris.
I'm telling you, that would be the best Christmas present, I feel like, in his lifetime. It was so cool. I was even sitting there like, wow. But I only thought of Easton.
So somehow Easton said, hey, I want a bucket wheel excavator Lego. And we're like, that doesn't exist. And then we looked online, and it existed at one time. And again, if no one knows what the bucket wheel excavator is, it's like the biggest machine you'll see on the planet. It's just this big wheel, and it has a bunch of buckets on it. So it just
Like a
rotates.
Ferris
It just
wheel.
eats the mountainside. Yeah, Ferris wheel, and it eats the mountainside. So we looked and we're like, oh, Lego sold it a long time ago and it's been discontinued. So, but Easton was like, hey, I want to do that. And we had something where we were like, hey, if you do chores for a week or something like that, we'll get you a prize. And he's like, all right, I'll do chores for a week, but I want the bucket wheel excavator. And we were like, oh man, how do we want to get on this? And we found out that people have it on eBay, and you can order them on eBay like used, and just fingers crossed that you have all the pieces.
They have it on Amazon for $700, Chris.
Oh
Woo!
yeah.
There you go. The bucket wheel excavator.
It's also on StockX for $500.
Yeah, there you go.
Low price.
So eBay, we were looking at $200 ones.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money for Legos.
Yeah.
Legos are expensive though.
they're a collector's item though. I mean, some of the bigger sets, the nice ones, like they don't really lose their value.
Well,
Man, that is a nice looking set, Ryan. I see what you're looking at.
he's describing a pair of tits.
Let me know if you want me to go to Ontario Mills. They got a rainforest cafe there.
The last one in existence.
Have you guys seen the Ted Nivison video?
No.
I don't know who Ted Nivison
He-
is.
He's a YouTuber, okay, and he visited. He did a video. I'll link it to you guys later. He visited every single rainforest cafe in the United States and one in Canada, all of them, because he heard they're all closing down. So he's like, I'm going to visit every single one. He did it in 14 days, and that was like 2 years ago. That was last year. This year he did every Margaritaville in the United States,
Yeah, they're closing down too.
I guess, but some of them are like resorts and stuff. And it was kind of funny. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever been to a rainforest cafe.
I've seen this.
Dude,
It rains like every 30 minutes.
never
and the
ate
animals go
there.
Crazy.
I've ate at a Margaritaville before, but I've never ate at a.
I think that's going to be a future episode we're going to record on the rainforest.
know-
I got really upset going to Rainforest Cafe when I was like 18. You know why?
Downtown
Why?
Disney.
They charge for refills on your soda.
Oh my god,
Ooh, that's
That's
lame.
bullshit.
Ooh, hiss.
it feels like such a downtown Disney thing to do.
If McDonald's
not there
can
anymore.
afford for me to unlimited refill my soda, the Rainforest Cafe can refill my fucking soda for free.
Right? No, yeah, it's not in downtown Disney anymore. They replaced it with some kind of outpost, Star Wars outpost thing, some nerdy crap.
Who are you looking at when you did
I'm
that?
looking at y'all.
Star Wars is lame now. Disney ruined it.
It is like
All right, the end justifies the mean, or doesn't? I guess. I don't like Star Wars. Star Wars is stupid. Hot take. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Oh yeah, that was it. You can't breathe on every single planet. Are you fucking kidding me?
I forgot
single
that's your issue.
Fucking
with Star
planet,
Wars.
dude. Yeah, that's some bullshit. What the fuck? You land on it and then just. That's some bullshit, dude.
I heard the new one, the Ahsoka show has space whales.
Dude, I love that Ahsoka trailer that I keep hearing is like, hey, many in the Jedi Order knew of Anakin Skywalker. Few would live to see what he became. It's like, ooh, what a good line. I thoroughly enjoyed the hook of watching Anakin turn to the dark side. I thought that was really well written, and I dug it.
I hate you.
Yeah, the whole fiery battle thing and all that, it got my soul.
That is the best lightsaber
so
battle
good.
in the history of Star Wars. I stand by that.
That is true. That is also the signature one where they're both standing like face to face, and they do that like whip the thing around without touching like each other's
there's like no
lightsabers.
point.
yeah.
It just looks cool.
Yeah. They're like, all right, choreography. Okay, so we're gonna touch this. No. You're just gonna swing it around you so the other guy knows you're hardcore. Got it.
You're supposed to bring balance to the Force. I hate you.
Not join them. Oh, that GIF has gotten some miles on it too.
I hate you.
All right, thank you so much, Angel. You're welcome, Angel. I know it's just freaking. You're too much right there.
You do
Wait,
a lot of research into your topics, Angel. I really appreciate it.
You know, sometimes podcasts just need to be a conversation of what you're thinking about,
Exactly.
Okay.
I agree.
and it sparks.
It's good that
conversation.
you bring that to the table. Like we all are bringing our own kind of shtick, and then you're bringing just the open sandboxy conversation. I think that's good.
One day, I'm gonna guess the same word that you're gonna say. And it's gonna be
Guys,
Oh, that's going to be a good game.
shoes.
Shoes,
Do we wear
guys,
them?
Shoes.
Yes or no? What do you think? Come on. What's your opinion?
Band-Aids. Band-Aids.
Where would we be without shoes?
Hats too.
Hats.
We got to schedule a drunk episode. We got to schedule the pastrami probably when our things open up again, our schedules.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the same day, right?
Loaded question.
Yeah.
We need to do a Friday night. That's like the only days I have available, like for sure. Friday nights.
Friday night. Yeah, same.
The sweet spot.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of your favorite Cowboys. And we mean it when we say we love you. And Ryan.
Yeah.
Stop.
What?
Stop.
Stop it.
Why are you pulling your dick out, dude?
I'm not touching you.
What the fuck? Dude,
God,
fucking
dude.
Chris, this is so awkward,
It
guys.
is
This is so
so
fucking awkward. You see this guy?
Well, it gets hard at 12:25 every
No.
day.
You don't have to show us, all right? You
It just
fine.
comes out. It's
Wow,
too big. It forces its way through.
Wait, he's still pulling it out. It's just it keeps going.
Why is it so hairy?
But I'm not pulling anything. It's just growing. I'm telling you.
Why is it so hairy and angry?
Because it got rubbed up against some sand when I was a kid.
What's that-
and it got replaced
What's
with
that big open sore on it?
God, dude, it's busting like green.
Oh, I gotta put hydrocortisone on it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah, dude. You got to get some hydrocortisone on that shit. All right, guys. Well, have a good night. I love you, and I miss you. And I hope you guys have some sweet dreams.
Sweet nothings in my ear. See you later, bros.
Peace.
Right on, Cowboys. Ask me about my wiener.